Well. Another loss in the books. Very disappointing way to end what was a very entertaining game of football up until three-quarter time. Can't say I was shocked by the final scoreline. I did anticipate a Suns victory by a similar margin, but just disappointing really. Like we were playing really good footy up until three-quarter time. A few problems here or there that we can look at, but overall, like, wasn't an ugly game by any stretch. But yeah, just Gold Coast got on top. A few of the guys who'd been quiet started to lift, and then we just didn't have any shots to fire from three-quarter time. Usual suspects letting us down with bad kicking. On the positive side, young guys playing well, a few guys back in the side and back in their, better positions also performing. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't think many of us really expected a win, knowing the side that we've got available to us and how things are placed. But yeah, I guess when you've sort of been teased for so long that you might have an opportunity to pull off a bit of an upset, it is disappointing to get blown out in the end. But yeah, look, on to next week. I think that's 5 losses in a row now, which is great as we continue to tank our way down to the bottom of the table. We're obviously not going to finish last, but you know what I mean. Where do we begin? What did I like? What didn't I like? I liked Sam Durham being back in the side. We're so much better when he plays, pretty evident. I like seeing Zach Merritt back in the middle, which was really good. I like seeing Angus Clark on a wing, which was really nice. And I think that is the effect of having a key defender like Jordan Ridley back in your team, is that someone like Angus Clark can push out of the back line. Even Merritt can move out of playing, some halfback time as well. People can go back to their normal positions. Obviously, Parrish being out, that did free up some midfield minutes. Forward of the ball, Kako, Caddy, some really, really good moments. Archer May with a unreal third quarter there. And then I saw someone saying that he spent a lot of time off the bench after that, which was annoying. Like, you think when someone's pretty hot, you want to kind of keep them out there. Other thing as well that I noticed, and look, for a young forward line and guys who haven't played a lot of footy together, particularly with May, just a lot of times guys sort of jumping at the same ball. It is a bit of a knock on Caddy, and look, maybe he has that license to just go for everything. And why wouldn't you? The kid's got some serious talent, but there was, quite a few times where Wright, or May, or even Caddy, like one of them was sort of going up for it, and they all kind of went up together. And sometimes you kind of need to make that decision: or do I let someone else go? And look, that comes with experience. But yeah, there was definitely a couple of times where it did feel like we kind of spoiled each other forward of the ball. I like Lamont Lawal's attack on the footy. It got pinged a couple of times. It really, really had a red hot crack at it. Yeah, I think they were probably most of my goods. Bads, just some of the... look, Laverty's Laverty. You can harp on about him, but we're just in this position where we just got no one else. We've got no other key defenders available. Reid likely to be out for the season as well, along with Hayes. That Lav's just going to be there. We know what he can do. We know what he can't do. Gave away some pretty stupid frees and got caught a few times, and that was costly, giving Ben King some pretty easy goals. But yeah, not much you can do unless you want to play Jackson Pryor on Ben King, which I don't think is a good idea. Other sort of senior guys and just other players who we just know can be a bit errant with their disposal, McGrath, Hobbs, guys like that. Up until three-quarter time, I didn't think there were any really standout bads. I know Perkins was quiet, playing that sort of half-forward role. And look, it's not to say our forward pressure was bad, because we did catch guys a lot, but I think a lot of our forwards got kind of caught sleeping at times by their halfbacks, who really just took the opportunity to rebound. It felt like they went coast to coast a couple of times, or even just rebound from the edge of the 50, back of the centre square. And, that just kind of comes with experience that you can set up to stop that from happening, knowing that Rioli or Jeffries or someone else or Noble is going to attack and push forward like that. Look, I don't know. I guess when I wouldn't say I've lost hope. I mean, we know that the season's done, but I guess when you've got no expectations for the rest of the season, you're expecting to lose most games. That I'm not upset. I'm sure some people might be, but we all know what's going on. Get a good draft pick, do some trades, see what can happen. But yeah, look, let's just enjoy the good signs from the young guys. Caddy and Kako. I'll talk about Kako. It was nice to see him getting on the score sheet, running at goal. I do feel like there was that moment where he gave it off to Merritt, where I reckon he just should have just taken it. I know Merritt probably called for it, and when you're a young player, and the captain calls for the ball, you want to give it to him. But I want Kako to be a little bit more selfish, and that will probably come. But I want him to take it on a bit more. I want him to take more shots to goal. I don't care if he kicks behinds. Bit back into the season, take it on, have a crack, kick more goals. I really do want to see that. Then just Caddy being Caddy. It was great to see. It was a really entertaining matchup. That at times, obviously with Yuland and then also McAndrew as well. Love him or hate him, McAndrew makes footy entertaining. He plays the villain very well. He's obviously a fantastic player. I love a player with a bit of chat, and he's certainly one of them. So that made it pretty good. Definite highlight for the game was him getting absolute clean bowled by Peter Wright. Peter Wright just came in with a nice leg break and just took off stump, and that was beautiful. So enjoyed that. Caddy's big bomb from the 50 was really nice as well. Kako's goal I mentioned, they were some favourites of mine. And then, I guess we just have a bit inaccurate at time as well. It seemed like Gold Coast were just absolutely dobbing all their set shots, so that was a disappointing one. But hey, look, it's not all doom and gloom. We're well aware of the situation, knows who we've got available. Actually, sorry, I'm on a bit of a roll here. I do want to shout Lockie Blackiston, because he's someone who is, playing a pretty hard position there. Very inexperienced in the role. And look, don't get me wrong, he got beaten quite a few times, but some really good moments from the guy who was playing waffle in the ruck, a month ago. I did just want to shout out Blackiston, because he had some nice moments. Seems like a good fella, and appreciate that he has a red hot crack, takes the game on. It's what you want to see. That's what the coaching staff are trying to do, is a very much take the game on mentality. And it's nice to see from him. But anyway, folks, another loss in the book, 5 losses in a row is what it is. Season's cooked. We know that. Let's enjoy what we can, and enjoy the soft ride that we're going to have into September. And who knows, maybe we'll get a couple of wins. Richmond next week. Hopefully that's when we can get a win on the board, because it's going to be pretty ominous from there on in. Obviously, got games to Geelong and the Bulldogs still to come as well, and probably a few more losses in the books. So appreciate your support, faithful. Go Dons. We'll see you next time.